everybody. Thank you so much for being here. Andy Davis, thank you so much for beautiful banjo music to come into the room by. Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to the Daily Antidote of Song. Super excited to be in the room with all of you today and see all of your smiles. It sure is the best way to start the week, I will say. So I want to begin by saying to anybody who's new, joining us today here or on the live stream, this is the Daily Antidote of Song. We are on day, as Pete Seeger is reminding us, the Pete Seeger puppet is showing us today is day 1114. Thank you, Carolyn in Boise, Idaho, for the reminder. And it's great to have Pete in the room with us on a banjo kind of a day. So I want to thank everybody for joining, and just a reminder or letting folks know that this is one song every day at noon Eastern time, free, participatory, lots of fun, lots of good talking, and lots of good music and sing-alonging. So please join us any day of the week that you can come. That's like Monday through Sunday, or however you would say that. It's every day, every day. So thank you so much for being here. Can we all please wave to the folks on the live stream? Hello, folks on the live stream. See how much everybody is so happy that you've joined. And we're going to say hi to everybody in the room, starting with Andy Davis, who is coming in from Vermont, Brattleboro, Vermont, and super glad to have him today. We haven't seen him in a while because he's been so happy and so busy, so we can't wait to catch up with Andy. And he's brought us a beautiful song for today. I want to thank Katie Abadou for running tech today from College Park, Maryland. Thanks, Katie, for being here. Jim Harkless is in the house, coming in from Silver Spring, Maryland. Glad to see you, Jim. Glad you're here. Jim in New York City, right next to Jim. Jim and Jim, nice to see you, Jim. Bob in Albany, hello, nice to see you. Carolyn in Boise and Pete Seeger, nice to see you. Pauline in Chile, Newcastle, and maybe William over there in the background. Glad to have both of you here today, coming in from Newcastle, UK. Delhi in Maryland, nice to see you today. Anne in sunny Nashville, we've got all kinds of weather. Weather reports, please. Dan in Vienna, Virginia, nice to see your smile. Bonnie in Boise, Idaho, hello. Kate in Charlottesville, what a very nice smile today. Hello to Susan in Ohio. Deborah in Kentucky, hello. Dawn in, I'm not even going to try it, Vermont, nice to see you, Dawn. And the curly top pop over there. Arlene in Berkeley, California. Luda in Victoria. Curly top number 2, there's Willard, also coming in from Vermont. And Linda in Orcas Island, nice to see you today. Susan in Seattle, hello, great smile. Kat in Vermont, hello, nice to have you. Zoom user, hello, Zoom user. You're very familiar, but I don't remember your name. Nice to see you, I'm glad you're here. Jamie in Victoria, British Columbia, nice to see you. Nancy's Irish Cow, back at home in Washington State after a really nice time here in DC, and getting to meet Nancy was quite a blast. Kathy in Colorado, hello. Jane in Texas, hello. Kevin in DC with the golden flute. Alex Cumming is in the house. Hello, Alex Cumming. Revels North, also coming in from the same town where Andy Davis is coming in. Nice to see you here today. So Alex, for everybody, please find Alex on your screen. Alex was the force behind the incredible, oh, he just hid. Alex, what are you? Please note the hood over there on, yeah. Alex Cumming was the force behind the incredible Daily Antidote of Song 5-volume compilation set, which is out and amazing. And Katie will put links in the chat for our Bandcamp location in case you are so inclined to sing along with us. It's a lot of singing. It's like days of singing. Aloysius in Westford, Mass. Nice to see you. Hello, Laris. Laris looks like she's at the ocean. I like that one. That's really good. It's about to rain, though, Laris. It's a big cloud behind you. So it's storming in Laris's screen, and it's not storming on Storm's screen. Storm in Massachusetts. Hoda in British Columbia. Kevin Ennis is coming in from the Everybody Please Send Kevin lots of love. Kevin is coming in again from the hospital. Kevin, we can't wait until you are out of that place. Anne in Silver Spring, Maryland. Lovely to see you. Fran coming in from DC, nice to see you. Back again, it's so exciting. Gary in Massachusetts, hello, who's not really in Massachusetts, he's in Florida. Kat in Vermont, nice to see you. And folks off video, Karen, happy to be home somewhere. Marjorie and Susan in Tacoma Park, Sandy in North Carolina, Lynn in Connecticut, Leah in Illinois, Gaia on Maui. Let's see, Caroline in DC, Ralph and Penny in Victoria, Sarah, Amos in Massachusetts. I think I got everybody. Let's all take a deep breath.
Especially you, Joe.
I know. I have to take a little breath in order to be able to keep babbling on at warp speed. So I'm so happy, Andy, that you're singing with us today. We've definitely missed you. It's been a few months, and we're really glad you're here. Can you tell us a little bit about the song that you've got teach us our part, and can we get singing?
Absolutely. So this is a song. It's called Bud and Bloom. And I got the idea for it to do it today by just going out and doing some early morning gardening. And things are budding and things are blooming. You may recognize the melody. I believe it's the old spiritual, the old gospel song, Sweet By and By. And I got the song via Tony Barron, who had a copy of a 1890s Grange Melodies songbook. It's just hundreds of songs, many rewrites with familiar tunes. For example, there's one called The Plow, Spade, and Hoe, which is done to the tune of Columbia, the Gem of the Ocean. But it's all honoring the farmers for their valiant labor. And this song is similar. So these are kind of militant farming songs. You probably have never thought of that as a category. But these songs are from the Grange movement. A Grange is both a building and an organization. The National Grange still exists. Believe it or not, they have lobbyists on Capitol Hill. Let's hear it for the farmers who lobby on Capitol Hill. Not agribusiness, I mean the farmers. But anyway, it's called Bud and Bloom, and I picked it because it not only has a nice chorus, but you can choose how you want to sing the chorus. You can sing it all with me. It's in the chat there. But it has these great echoes. So if I sing Bud and Bloom, then you can sing Bud and Bloom, or you can sing Bud and Bloom, or Bud and Bloom. You can do a harmony echo or just a melodic echo. Bud and bloom, sweet perfume, and the fruit in its time nature yields sweet perfume. So that one is not an echo, but you have to remember that we were talking about sweet perfume. And the fruit in its time nature yields sweet perfume. Bud and bloom, sweet perfume, we will hark to the call of the fields. We will hark to the call. We will hear and be called forth to go out into the fields. So that's the song. It starts with a reference to winter, and then it gets into some of the tools of farming, and then finally it gets into our inner life and how we're inspired by living a life that is so close to nature and to the spirit of this earth that we live on. So it's a great song on many, many levels. And another time I'd love to do the axe, the plow, spade, and hoe. They all are very earthy, labor-oriented songs. So again, sing along on the echoes or just learn the chorus and sing my part. I won't sing all the echoes after the first time. I'll do a little hints of where your part goes, and then I'll just trust that you're all out there wailing. Don't hold back, okay? As they say, everyone should thank a farmer at least 3 times a day, okay? All right, so here we go. Though the winter be cheerless and cold, and the wild winds are bowing the trees, in promise the spring we behold, and rejoice with the birds and the bees. Bud and bloom, sweet perfume, and the fruit in its time nature yields sweet perfume. Bud and bloom, sweet perfume, we will hark to the call of the fields. In the axe and the conquering plow, the harrowing, mellowing spade, we the symbols of labor avow, the tools of our industry made. bud and bloom, sweet perfume, and the fruit in its time nature yields sweet perfume, bud and bloom, sweet perfume. We will hark to the call of the fields from the hour that we scatter the seed to the day when the harvest we glean. Only peace from the Spirit we need to make us devoutly serene. Bud and bloom, sweet perfume, and the fruit in its time nature yields sweet perfume. Bud and bloom, sweet perfume. We will hark to the call of the fields. First verse. Though the winter be cheerless and cold, and the wild winds are bowing the trees, in promise the spring we behold, and rejoice with the birds and the bees. Bud and bloom, sweet perfume, and the fruit in its time nature yields sweet perfume. Bud and bloom, sweet perfume. We will hark to the call of the fields.
Woo! Okay, that was so much fun. Everybody, please give it up for Andy Davis.
I hope there were a lot of harmonies out there, because that song is sort of a song not for teaching. It's one of these magical songs you just sing and the whole room knows what to do. I don't know. It's just got the right sort of song DNA in it.
Thank
I've
you.
done that. I've done that. I wish I could have heard all of you, because I'm confident that happened. But I have done it in a live setting, and it's wonderful as a performer, because so much comes back to you. But anyway, that's Bud and Bloom, and it kind of with everything going crazy in the world, it's nice to know that the daffodils are still on duty, and the crocuses, or is that croci? What's the plural of crocus? Croci?
I have no idea. It's a very good question.
Croci might be the plural of frog. I'm not sure. Okay.
Croaky. So are you in crocuses and daffodils right now?
We're way behind you down in the
Wow.
DC area. As a matter of fact, we had a I've made a wood fire the last couple mornings just to get the chill out of the house. We're still burning a little bit of firewood, and when you drive around Vermont right now, people make a big deal about foliage in the fall, and when is the peak and all the oranges and yellows. But this time of year, the hillsides are also filled with color. So many variants of green. Even the trees that are still budding have this beautiful amber color to them before the leaves start coming out. And the hillsides are just as colorful now as they are in the autumn here in Vermont and New England. It's a different set of colors.
That is amazing. So I can imagine what you're saying. I have not been to Vermont in the spring, but that is now on my little bucket list. Here in the DC area, croci and daffodils feel like terribly old news. Like there's no sign of them anymore. And we're in right now irises. They're really very beautiful. And we're 1,000% in azalea right now. The early ones are all started, and the later ones already have blooms. And this is a really great time of year for going to the National Arboretum. So I'm going to put in a plug for the Arboretum. They actually have like a whole azalea garden, like an azalea. You walk on a path like through the woods, and it's all azaleas. And the guy who used to head up the Arboretum was from Tacoma Park. So Tacoma Park is actually called Azalea City. That's its little
Mm.
like formal nickname. Because he lived here and like made it his mission to go around and plant. So you've never seen azaleas like you see around here. Like every single yard has them, and multiples and lots of colors. He did a lot of stuff with like grafting azaleas. So there's really cool azalea in the Arboretum that have like flowers that have both colors on the same flower. Like the flower
Wow.
is half purple and half white. Yeah, it's really crazy
Well,
and
I'm
beautiful.
glad. I'm glad, Joe, we have something to look forward to here in Vermont. We've got, the first thing that makes me think that spring is actually coming is when our garlic comes up, because it comes up when there's still remnants of, piles of snow around, but there's been enough warm days and those green shoots of the garlic come up. And you'll see that in other you go see other people's gardens who have a little bit of vegetables going, and there's the garlic. Um, there was a tradition in England where the climate is totally different of planting your garlic at midwinter. I mean, literally at the winter solstice, and then harvesting it at midsummer. So the garlic is really kind of tied to the solar calendar. In Vermont, we plant it in November. We plant it and then mulch it over, and then you think like, boy, these poor little garlic bulbs are about to face this incredible deep freeze. How will they possibly survive? And then in early spring, you look over there, and there's all those little leaves popping up from the garlic, and they're really good with germination. It appears that every single one has come up. So that's a hopeful sign in this world.
That's really beautiful. And kudos to you for planting things that you can eat. Really hopeful, of course, in our funny little lawn community that we seem to have developed here in the good old US, that a lot of folks will start maybe not watering grass and instead try to plant things that humans can eat and water those instead. Because boy, wouldn't that be a really good thing for the overall climate? And
Well, we have a movement here in Brattleboro, but Brattleboro is kind of weird. It's called Edible Brattleboro. Try to say that three times fast. Edible Brattleboro. And there literally are gardens around town that are just free for people to cull the fruit off of it when things come. When there's zucchinis there, just take a zucchini. It's called Edible Brattleboro, and it's just
that's cool.
free public gardens.
That's cool. Okay, so then I have to say my little Garrison Keeler thing, which I remember from some long ago thing where he said that where he lives, Minnesota, right? Nobody ever locks their cars except during zucchini season, because if you leave your car open, you might find like bags of zucchini. I really
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah, we have the New England version of that. Why do Congregationalists lock their cars when they go to church? So that when they come out, there won't be a basket of zucchini on the back seat.
That's great. I love it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
So, and do you guys have a vegetable garden in the works? Is that part of your?
we always have, but I bet there's folks here with us today on the Daily Antidote who got more serious about gardening during COVID. We were going to be around home a lot, and my wife had always wanted raised beds. So during COVID, we went over to a local lumber yard that only sells local wood, hemlock primarily, and pine and stuff, and bought big, thick boards of hemlock, and we have a whole bunch of raised beds. So we expanded our gardens, and we'd grow the usual tomatoes, zucchini, um, basil. We grow a lot of stuff. Kale, lots of kale.
Mm,
Peas are another good one. I got to get the peas in soon. They should be getting in about right now. I might even be a week or two late on the peas. But
wow.
we grow a lot in our little yard. We don't have a big yard, but we exploit it.
That is really neat. I love it. Well, so everybody, it's time to go to Andy's for some ratatouille because I heard you've got some things going. The
Oh, we have
garlic,
plenty of ratatouille. Yes, that's a favorite. Yes, we
and
grow
of course,
everything in that.
oh, that's yummy. Everything ratatouille is a good one. I was just going to say, of course, the garlic sustains through the winter because garlic is like big and beefy, right? Like little spring onions are like too flimsy and like they need to like, come later. But the garlic is just like, you can,
Yeah,
yeah, they hold their
the
own under the
kale, the kale survives. We never pull up our kale, and the hardiest one there. We have kale growing in the garden right now from last year's plants. It must be kale must have its origins, really in a northern climate because it is one tough plant.
That is amazing. So, anything else you want to? I know we were talking before we got into this fabulous gardening conversation. We were talking about what else you've been doing and what you've got going on. You want to say anything? So, I didn't actually really formally introduce you, of course, Andy Davis, which lots of folks know from Noel Sing We Clear, but also from the New England Dancing Masters. I'm not sure if you want to say anything about either of those things.
Well, I'll say a tiny little thing. Collectively, New England Dancing Masters is Peter and Mary Alice Amadon, Mary Kay Brass, and myself, Andy Davis. And I'm just going to put this out here because there will be an event on October 15th at the Guiding Star Grange, our Country Dance and Song Society. All of us have done many, many, many years of uh, program leading and being staff people for Country Dance and Song Society, and they decided to give us the four of us at the same time their lifetime contribution award. So it's a wonderful thing for Peter, who's dealing with some health issues to just get that incredible, thank you. It's the lifetime contribution award. And so we're having a party on October 15th at the Guiding Star Grange in Greenfield. Information is at Country Dance and Song Society. So New England Dancing Masters, you could put that link up. We sell books and CDs, and we're trying to get younger people to promote our products. So if you know any young dance callers who are traveling around that maybe use our materials, have them send us an email. We're trying to find the next generation to get involved in this sharing the joy of social dance with people of all ages. Noel Sing We Clear is not just a Christmas thing. There's a wonderful set of recitations that we're selling for a mere $10. It's a download. It was one of Tony Barron's last projects I did with him, a concert that he did at Old Songs a number of years ago that are very comic recitations. And it's called Recitations, and it's one of the downloads there. So, it's a wonderful thing. If you're just going on a car ride and you want to hear some funny, long, entertaining recitations, it's there at noelsingweclear.com.
Beautiful. Thank you, Andy. So we've got the link in the chat for Noel Sing We Clear and also for New England Dancing Masters. So check out all of that great stuff going on. And
the only other thing I'll say, Joe, is that real in-person events are coming back. I'm now doing small concerts, family dances. Choirs are coming back. Masks are slowly, are definitely in New England more of a by choice, and it's like we're getting back together again. Schools are starting to call and say, "Come on down and teach our kids some dances," and so there's a lot is waking up. I don't know if that's true for some of you other folks that work out in the schools, but they want people to come in and do real stuff that builds community again, and it's very needed.
yeah, I think for kids who were, first, second grade during the pandemic, the notion of what it means to be in a school community is probably only something they're just starting to figure out now because so much changed during that time. So I do want to shout out Peter and Mary Alice Amadon. And can we all please wave hello to Peter? Hi, Peter. We love you and we're thinking about you. And we're so proud of you for winning that award. And so the award went to all four of you. Is that
All four of us.
beautiful? So yeah, Peter, we love you and we can't wait to sing with you in here. We're sending you lots of strength. And I'm glad, Andy, that you brought Peter up. So anything else you want to say about material you're working on, or you want to swing right back into the singing?
I think we should sing Bud and Bloom, and if you've got any flowers or anything in your yard, go out and greet them after this.
Or hold them up to the camera if you've got them. Yeah,
Yes.
if you've picked them. I'm gonna go get mine. All right, we're ready.
All right, here we go. Bud and Bloom from Grange Melodies. Though the winter be cheerless and cold, and the wild winds are bowing the trees, in promise the spring we behold, and rejoice with the birds and the bees. Bud and bloom, sweet perfume, and the fruit in its time nature yields sweet perfume. Bud and bloom, sweet perfume, we will hark to the call of the fields, in the axe and the conquering plow, the mellowing, harrowing spade, we the symbols of labor avow, the tools of our industry made. Bud and bloom, sweet perfume, and the fruit in its time nature yields sweet perfume. Bud and bloom, sweet perfume, we will hark to the call of the fields. From the hour that we scatter the seed, to the day when the harvest we glean, only peace from the Spirit we need, to make us devoutly serene. Bud and bloom, sweet perfume, and the fruit in its time nature yields sweet perfume. Bud and bloom, sweet perfume, we will hark to the call of the fields. First verse. Though the winter be cheerless and cold, and the wild winds are bowing the trees, in promise the spring we behold, and rejoice with the birds and the bees. Bud and bloom, sweet perfume, and the fruit in its time nature yields sweet perfume. Bud and bloom, sweet perfume, we will hark to the call of the fields. We will hark to the call of the fields. Hey, nice to see some of you folks. My neighbor, Alex Cumming.
Woohoo! Alex Cumming is in the house. Alex Cumming, I'm not sure if you want to say any kind of hellos or anything. I'm going to see if I can find you for a minute. If you're interested in unmuting, you are welcome to say hello. And if you are not, you are welcome to keep being quiet. Findus is saying hello. All right. So
I also see my good friends Larry and Ellen, and they're on my screen as Zoom user.
That's who it is. I recognize them now. Yep.
Dear
Hi, Larry and
friends
Ellen.
Larry and Ellen, hi. Have to say hi to you, even though you're on the screen as Zoom user.
That's beautiful. Well, thank you, because those are the folks who I knew I recognized but couldn't remember. Whoop. Thank you for helping with that. So Larry and Ellen, great to have you here today. Everybody, great to have you here today. It was nice to see some blooms in IRL, in real life and fake life, or whatever that is on those little screens. Yeah, there's some screens coming up again. Love it, love it, love it. Thank you for sharing. Andy, anything else you want to say besides happy spring to everybody before we head out?
Just wonderful to see all of you. So many familiar, loyal folks who come to the Daily Antidote, and thank you for being here today and smiling and singing. And I need it. That's all I can say.
That's beautiful. Thank you, Andy Davis. I think we're all here because we all need it. And so it's really nice that everybody, I love all the nods. Yeah, okay. So everybody, please, can we give it up for Andy Davis's beautiful Bud and Bloom song? Really perfect timing. Thank you, Andy. Hugs to Robin and to Emma. Hope to sing with Emma soon. And great to have you here today.
Thank you.
And thank you to everybody for being here today. That's all the folks out there on the live stream. Thank you for being here. And hope that you'll join us again tomorrow and for the rest of this week and for the rest of this month and next month and on, because we're going to be here no matter how many people go back to in person. We're going to keep doing this because this is a beautiful place to gather, whether you can be in person or not. So thanks again to everybody for showing up today. Bye, everybody on the live stream. Bye, everybody in the room. So goodbye to Andy. Thanks again for being here. And Katie, thank you so much for running Fabulous Tech today. All of the links and the lyrics are in the chat here and on the live stream. So please check out everything that Andy's up to. Thank you so much to Jim Harkless for being here today. Great to see you. Jim in New York City. Lovely to have you here. Bob in Albany, thank you for being here. Carolyn in Boise, Idaho. Woof, woof, woof. And also thank you for being here. And thanks to Pete Seeger. Whoops, all right, I'm going to mute for a second. All right, that sort of worked. Pauline and there's William. Hi, Pauline and William, holding up flowers. Also, nice to have you guys here. All right, Katie, you want to take over on the goodbyes?
Sure thing. Great to see you, Deli. Thanks for coming into the room. And in sunny Nashville, great to see you. I have a different order than Joe, so I might repeat some folks. Good to see you today, Bonnie in Boise, Kate in Charlottesville, and Susan G with that beautiful wall behind you. So great to see you again. Hello, Don and Leanne in Vermont. Good to see you today. Arlene in sunny Berkeley. I'm jealous of all the sun. Luda in Victoria. Linda on Orcas Island. Susan Miller in Seattle. Jamie Dundas in Victoria, Kevin in DC, where it's cold again, Anne in Silver Spring, Gary Pausner with all the solutions, Aloysius, good to see you eating something yummy. Susan Schreiber in Tacoma Park, have a great day. Julie Alexander, have a lovely day today. Alex and Felix, great to see you. Have a nice day today, you guys. Dan in Vienna, Virginia, and Fran coming in from the road. Have a great day. Hoda in BC, good to see you. And on to page 2. Kathy, great to see you. Annette in California, great to see you today. Sarah Pirtle, great to see you. Deborah in Kentucky, always a pleasure seeing your smiling face. Kathy on Stolen Land, great to see you again today, as usual, with a beautiful sunflower. Jane and Tejas Storm, a curly top coming in from Vermont. Bob with no bears. Where's Mabel, Bob? Okay, she's driving. Bye, Mabel. See you guys later. Drive carefully, y'all. Love that. Keeping those eyes on the road. Zoom users / friends of Andy. Great to see you. Thank you for coming in today. Laris, Nancy N, Leah Shepard, Gaia on Maui, Caroline in DC, Amos, Anna in Cambridge, Ralph in Victoria, and Kathy Rosenbaum. Everyone off camera, thank you so much for coming in today, and goodbye to Facebook Live. Thank you for coming in.
Katie, thank you so much for doing that. Now I know why Findus was barking. It's because Anna is here. Anna Alter is in the house, and Findus knew it because that's where Findus came from. So thank you, Anna, for being here and for, of course, all of the lovely Findusing that I get every day. All right, gang, thanks again so much. See you all tomorrow. Hugs and love to everybody.